Hello and welcome. This is Mike Stidall. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer here at Technology Marketing Toolkit. And if you are just jumping on, we got a bunch of people coming in. Here we got an awesome, I called it like kind of a live case study here. We've got three incredible marketers on with me. Probably should say a fourth incredible marketer as well, but three from TMT here. And we're going to introduce them in just a minute. Just want to make sure I'm seeing the numbers of participants climb here. Just let us know, though, this is all about getting reviews, getting testimonials, getting Google reviews, putting it on a mostly automated basis. I've also gotten, we've got other tips and things that we're going to do today, but put it into chat as you join. Are you currently getting Google reviews like on a regular basis? Are you currently doing that, or is that why you're here, to learn how to get those? So if you want to throw those into chat right now, we'll get started in just a minute once we kind of level out on everything. Okay, I like it, Shane. Absolutely not. We have one, but it's from a bot. Okay, well, hopefully it's a good one at least, Shane. So yeah, we should just do that. We should make bots that give out positive Google reviews. Very good ones there. Getting a little manual process. We only have a couple. Okay, well, you guys are in the right place here. I was just talking with them again, getting some updated stats. And in a minute, I'm just going to throw out some numbers at you that I think are going to, they blew my mind when I heard about them about 6 weeks ago to start. And since then, I've just been hearing more and more good things. So we wanted to come at you today, share this with you, and so that everyone on here can do the same. So we also got not yet about to launch the campaign. We currently have 8 reviews, 25 testimonials, looking to get more. We do have reviews, customers right at the moment want more, got some, need more, automatically ask for them. We're running a campaign and getting 2 to 3 a month. You offer Starbucks gift card. We did a campaign, some others. We did a campaign, some did others, got blocked since they all did it at once. Okay, yeah, that is a thing, and maybe we can talk to that as well. I have heard people who've gone out to like hundreds of like bigger places that have hundreds of customers, get a bunch of reviews all at once, ask them to go on Google, and then get blocked because Google thinks they're like fake. So that's definitely been a thing some people have seen. So we'll tell you how to not have that happen. And then Cindy saying, little luck in Google reviews, asking for email campaigns. Finally got one clutch review. A lot of effort for that one. And then Kim says we need reviews. Okay, well, I think we get everybody in here and joined. So welcome again. I'm Mike Stidall from Technology Marketing Toolkit, and today we're going to show you an automated system for getting testimonials, reviews, amazing feedback from your clients. Really going to help you out in your marketing, using them online and set you apart from the competition. I have 3 amazing marketers on with me here, and we were talking about 4 to 6 weeks ago, and it was Tammy. So we have a marketing manager kind of coaching club, and we were sharing some wins, and Tammy was telling me how they just started kind of a new, I don't even know if campaign's the right word, but a new strategy. And they got a bunch of reviews like within a week to 10 days of starting this new strategy. And then others like Afton and Lauren chimed in. And so here are some numbers, and they'll talk more about these. But Afton's got some 800 survey responses and 20 testimonials, 24 Google reviews using these strategies. Lauren said 510 awesome reviews here. And then since May, since really implementing a new strategy, had 7 new Google reviews, just like in that month, or I guess it's 2 months now from that. We're getting another person since starting. They got 69 Google reviews that was their first year. That's going to blow away the competition. And this is so important. Like, I was going on to the locations of several of the people on here and went into Google and of course typed like IT support and then that town. And I was seeing most people, or most IT support companies, had between like 3, I think I saw the maximum of like 11 to 12 Google reviews from what I'll call kind of local MSPs. There's a couple big national ones that you can't compete with those when they're all over the country, but the local ones. So you don't need that many to really set yourself apart from the competition here. But when people are going in and you really want to capitalize on those people via search, if someone's typing in IT support, IT services, any of those terms, they are in like buyer mode at that point. No one's doing that because they have nothing to do on a Wednesday afternoon and decide to Google IT support. So this is one of the things, it gets you listed higher. People are going to click on you more, and it's going to set you apart from the others. You can use this in your marketing, and it's not just Google. You can use all these reviews outside of Google as well. Use them in your testimonials, use them in the books that you have, everything like that. So without further ado, because I am not the expert on how they did this at all, why don't we start with Tammy here. Tammy, if you just want to say your company and kind of where you're at, but if you just want to kind of walk people through what you did, because you were the first one who kind of highlighted this and those early results. And you say you're still brand new, but you've got pretty incredible results for not even being through like the onboarding process of the strategy.
Yeah, so we, before we went to boot camp, we had always been trying to get customer or client feedback, and we did that through the integrated tool that's a part of Autotask. So we'd get the occasional review, and then we tried taking one step further, and we put out in our monthly newsletter, we developed an in-house challenge. So we put it out to all of our clients, seeking client survey reviews, just trying to say, hey, we want to improve. We're always looking for ways to do things better to meet your expectations. And so we would get clients sending us an email with a review, and we're like, okay, there has to be a better way to have all this information come into our system. So when we went to boot camp, Ray knows Ryan from previous engagements. So we stopped at the booth and we had a lengthy conversation, and then we set up a demo for when we returned back to New England. And from there, we've just kind of taken it slow because as everybody knows, you're inundated with tools, and we wanted to be able to make the most of this tool. And so we just recently finished our onboarding like a week and a half ago. And just from the first week that we met with Jay and he turned it on, we instantly started getting client surveys, and the feedback was phenomenal. And we're like, wow, if this is just like the first week, what's it going to look like when we run this thing for an extended period of time? So, you know, we use it differently right now. We have not implemented it into a campaign as of yet. We attach it to every single one of our service engagements. So when we work with a client, when we're done, we have a little blurbage that goes out, and they immediately get that survey. And when it comes back in, we review it with the entire team. We have it set up so that it goes into our Teams channel. So, you know, if somebody isn't on the morning huddle when we discuss the feedback, it's in the channel for everybody to see. And I can tell you the techs have loved it. Just absolutely been on board from day one. And, you know, they applaud one another, you know, they give the shout outs. We're currently working through on the back end to set up the whole gamification side of what CrewWho has to offer. But we're letting them give us the feedback as well, like, oh, what do you want for prizes and all that. But so we've taken all those feedback, all that feedback and those reviews, and we've turned them into testimonials. So before, when we were searching for testimonials, we would ask our clients like, hey, do you think you could provide a testimonial? You know, and then you end up chasing your client. This way, we don't have to chase anything. We get reviews on a daily basis, and we get clients that, you know, there's the place in there where they can add additional feedback, and we just extract it from there, and they've been fantastic. So
you're using the tool. I mean, you haven't even like run a campaign through Map or anything like that. So this is just when someone does a ticket and you complete that. So you're and you're using CrewWho to do that.
Correct.
Okay. Any
We'll
idea?
eventually get to the campaign. We just,
Mhm.
it's so new to us that
Yeah.
we want to make sure that we utilize it to the fullest, because we all have tools that we purchase that sometimes don't get off the ground.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
No, absolutely. With that, well, we'll come back around to you, Tammy, here. I just wanted you to start because you had kicked this whole thing off because you said, yeah, you just started using you attached it. You were telling me you were getting these automated reviews, testimonials, all of that, and then people also were turning them into Google reviews. And I think that was. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but let's jump over to Lauren, and Tammy, I'm sorry, you're with All Access Infotech. Where are you guys out of?
We have office locations in the state of New Hampshire and Vermont.
Okay, perfect. Okay, let's bring Lauren on. So Lauren, if you want to tell us company and where you guys are out of and everything, and then kind of tell us your experience because your numbers kind of crazy here.
I am with CIO Landing. We have offices in Chicago, Northfield, which is a suburb of Chicago, and then Miami, Florida. So we started using Crewwho in September of 2021 when we got a new HR representative. She thought it was a great way to boost the technicians' morale. So that's how it originated. And since then, we've been using it as a marketing tool to gather testimonials. Similar to Tammy, after a service ticket is complete, the customer receives a survey with the smiley faces from Crewwho, and they can rate the technician's work, and then they can go on to, we incorporate it with Google on the final page, so they can just click a single button, and if they provided any comments or feedback, all they do is press the big Google G, and then it takes them right to our Google review page where they just have to copy or they paste in their additional feedback. So that integration we've been doing since May. And then also since May, we have the integration with Teams. So on a weekly basis, we review each awesome review that has come in, and we put them in the MAP Google campaign review, or Google campaign, which is a series of 2 emails that automatically go out. The first one is just asking for the review on Google with a link.
Okay.
And then the second email goes out 6 days later as a reminder. To date, we've entered 121 customers into that campaign, and we received 7 new Google reviews since
Okay.
then.
So you're getting them. You're also using Crewwho as the tool for the tickets, and then when you get those good ones through a Teams integration, you're then entering them into MAP.
Correct.
Okay, and just using the standard campaign in MAP, or did you guys?
We tweak the emails just a little
Mhm.
bit, but it's pretty much a standard campaign. We were working on a solution to incorporate a web page as well with directions on how to use a non-Google email to also
Sure.
submit a Google review.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you brought that up. We had, let's see, someone put in there. Oh, Simon said biggest problem is people not having a Google account with which to leave a review. Yeah, Simon, there are instructions. You do got to kind of walk people through it a little bit. It's really not hard if they don't, but you can actually put in a link like using maps, and I'm not going to get into all that here, but it's definitely something. So that's super smart, Lauren, to yeah, walk them through, because that is a thing we've heard in the past is my people say they don't have a like a Google or Gmail account or whatever. So they have taken care of that. So, okay, so the integration was started in May with that, and you've had 7 Google reviews since then. Now tell me about these 510 though, like in the last year. So what, and what was the term you used? The awesome reviews?
Yes, so
Okay.
you can rate as awesome. The review of the ticket, the customer sees a green smiley face, I believe, for awesome, a blue for good, and then a red sad face if they didn't have a good experience. So anytime that they choose the green face, whether they leave feedback or not, that is considered an awesome review. And we've had 510 of those since we started this program almost a year ago.
Okay. And how else are you using the reviews? Like, how should people be using these besides just like, and I know you said it feels good you're reviewing them, people techs get a lot of feedback. I mean, that makes everybody feel good about that. But what other ways are you using those reviews?
We're working on a plan right now to go in and extract any feedback that they've given us. So any really good things specifically about the text or our responsiveness, how quick we handle things. And then we're turning those into just little mini testimonials for our website.
Okay, no, that's awesome. And just as a reminder, like my soapbox. Oh yeah, go ahead, Ryan. Looks like you got something. Maybe not. Okay.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, we have a testimonials module built into Crewwho that'll take all your positive feedback and put it up on your website and refresh it in real time. So all of that positive feedback, you can tell and let everyone know about it, and it builds right into your website.
There you go. I like
And
that.
Mike, we actually take our testimonials as well and transfer them over to our digital marketing that TMT does.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I love that there's already something built in with Crewwho, and that's one of the nice things. You guys have a bunch of integrations, and that was the funny thing. Like when we had first brought this up, and the marketing manager like asked Tammy, and then I'm like, "How are you getting these?" She's like, "Use Crewwho," and then Lauren's like, "Oh yeah, we get a bunch through them." And Afton, and I think there were a couple other. Gabriella, I want to say, chimed in, and it's like a quarter of our people were saying we're using this tool to get all these. And the reason I wanted to bring them on then and ask Ryan to jump on as well was I'm like, they were all using like the same tool to do this. So anyhow, with that, we'll come back around, Lauren, again. But Afton, wanted to bring you on if you want to introduce yourself and your company, and then yeah, tell us how long you've been using this, because again, I said Lauren's got crazy numbers. Yours are sky high as well. So yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm with Frontline Managed Services. We have offices all over the US and in the UK as well. I was formerly with Glasser Tech, which then we were acquired by Frontline Managed Services last year. So we've been using Crewwho for, I think, 2 years now. I'll have to go back and check. And it's really been a game changer for us as far as getting that client feedback, just keeping that pulse on when our clients are happy or when they're not happy. So I didn't look for to date. I'm sure we have thousands of reviews now, but this year alone we have 800 survey responses, and our CSAT is at 96.6%. And the CSAT is the customer satisfaction score. So that's something we monitor and closely. And whenever we do get a not so good review, we're immediately reaching out.
Okay.
Similar to Lauren, yeah. So similar to Lauren, we have Teams integrated with our Crewwho. So I have it set up so if there is ever a negative review that comes in, then it alerts me immediately, so we can quickly jump in, see what's going on. But mostly we get the positive reviews, and we will actually share those with the team in our company Teams channel just to recognize those engineers publicly. And then we'll give them a shout out around our core values. So that has really been great to create a supportive community within our team for them to be able to recognize each other and also see the great job that others are doing. So it's kind of raised the bar for the engineers because they see the great feedback that other engineers are getting. So I think it's created a little bit of competition there as well, which has been great.
Yeah, they all want to be the crowd favorite there.
Yep.
With that, so 800 survey responses, and you said that was just this year?
Yeah, that was just this year.
Okay, so you're getting more than 100 a month
Yeah.
on those, and you were sharing you'd done like turned about 20 of those into testimonials. So what do you look for in a review to determine like which ones you turn into testimonials?
Yeah. So we found that the timing is really important for when you ask for that testimonial. You don't want to ask when they're frustrated or just not really actively using you at the moment. So it's been great where we'll monitor, and if we get a really nice response, Crewwho has where the clients can leave a more custom response. And so if we get a nice message in there, then I will either add them to the Google review campaign in Infusionsoft, or I'll send an email just requesting them to write us a testimonial as well. And so we've had great results from that. So we have, from doing that, we've gotten 20 just very nice written testimonials that we use in our marketing. And then we also have about 24 now Google reviews.
Okay.
I'm doing that.
That's awesome. And do you have any idea, like, to get those 20 testimonials? I mean, I assume you'd probably have to send out 100 plus kind of requests for that, just kind of looking at the numbers that we see with a lot of our members. But do you have any idea how, like, do you have to send 5 requests to get 1 testimonial, or is it free, or just kind of any numbers on that?
I can go back and look, but I think we have almost everyone that we put in there ends up leaving one. Also, I do follow up.
Okay.
I do follow up quite a bit.
So ignore what I
check
said.
in.
Yeah, she's been 1,000 here. So yeah. So okay. So you're doing a lot of follow up. So it's not just plugging it in. So you're keeping on them. So what's that follow up look like?
So we also offer a giveaway as well. So I have it set up in that campaign. So if once they leave a review, then we'll provide them a custom virtual background. So that's something that's been really popular. So almost everyone wants that as well. So once they leave the Google review, I'll create that form and send it over to them.
Okay. Yeah, this is another thing.
Something for them.
Yeah, that's awesome. So Afton did this whole thing. What was that? About a year and a half ago, or maybe even longer now.
Yeah.
Time flies. But yeah, she started making these custom Zoom backgrounds and virtual backgrounds for their clients, and actually tapped Afton to do a training for some of our people on that. And so that's an awesome little prize. So is yours a virtual background right now, Afton, or?
No, this is my actual office. Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't have it on.
Sure with you, yeah. Because the first time, it was like you looked like you were in your like a law office, like conference room, and then you're like, nope, I made this virtual background, and it was really nice.
Yeah, the virtual background that we have, it has like a New York City background, and so clients all the time will be like, "Are you there?" No, but yeah, so that's something. And I know another marketing manager friend that I have, they will give away a $5 Starbucks gift card as well, and that's worked really well for them.
Okay, cool. Then, but just before we roll back, and Afton, do you guys use it's Crewhoo that you use for the tool as well for this? And what's that compared to like getting testimonials before using this?
So I can't remember. There was a tool that we were using before. I cannot remember what it was, but it just was not working. We were not getting reviews. And so that's where I started looking for another tool, found Crewhoo, and it was very easy to onboard and set up. And we've been rolling with it ever since.
Okay, cool. Well, I know there's a lot more crew who doesn't want to get back to you guys on this, but with that, we got a number of people in chat and questions that are asking more about this. And that's why I asked Ryan to be on, because literally everyone's like, we're using Crewhoo to do this. So yeah, as much as it, now Ryan, known him through 3 different places now over the years, and yeah, he's a crowd favorite. Always love to have him on and just kind of talk to what they said and share some of the stats, Ryan, because you're obviously the expert on Crewhoo and how this works.
Yeah, well, stepping out a little bit, right? The idea is to gather this client feedback in various ways. And we take the positive feedback from that and use it to, 1, shout your successes out from the mountaintop. Let everyone know, hey, look at what an awesome company we are. But also capture the power of that positivity and use it to recognize and reward your employees as well. And the online reputation module, the testimonials that you're hearing about, and even our new MPS campaign that we built with MAP, complete integrated and automated testimonials and MPS campaign. The whole thing's designed to basically say, look at what a great company we are. Look how awesome our employees are, how they love this place, and also, what great service we're providing, and being able to use that, but also show everyone else. And when you're constantly updating your Google reviews and you're constantly updating your testimonials in real time, yes, it's going to help you with your Google placement, right? When people are searching. But if I'm searching for a new MSP and I type in service provider in XYZ city, and you're in the top results because it's constantly being updated in real time, you've got new reviews coming in all the time, I mean, it is going to put you right up there. And when I see those testimonials from the clients, I'm going to call you. You know, you've got 5-star Google reviews left in the last 3 months. The stats show that if it's past 3 months, they kind of get disregarded. So having current Google reviews and current testimonials updated in real time, man, I'm going to call you. And that has been huge. So that's just some of the stuff that Crew does. The map integration that we've got is really great. We've automated the entire Net Promoter Score process through that. Wizards, making it easy, because I don't know about everyone else on this call, but who has tons of time and can like just do all this whenever they want, right? Not a lot. So automating some of those tasks, making it easy to do this and do it regularly and consistently. That's the key to part of this. And the platform helps you do that as well, Mike.
No, and that's what I love about it, because probably all three of the people on this call and many of the people watching have been through like one of our rapid implementation workshops or accelerators club, or through producers club at some point there. And one of the exercises that we do is sending out emails to get reviews, and people do that. They're astounded. They get these great reviews and turn them into testimonials and everything. And then I'll talk to people like a year later and I'm like, have you done that campaign since? And like, never done the campaign since, because it is a manual campaign. We make it as easy as possible through MAP. You put the people in, but people don't want to ask constantly, and they forget, oh, this is a new one, or let's see, I forget if it was maybe it was Lauren who said it, like hitting the people at the right time, asking for the review. Obviously, you want them to have just given you the little green smiley face that the person was awesome when you hit them up for a review. And that's always the thing. Our people are like, well, we don't know if they're happy right now. Are they not? We haven't talked to this person in a couple months, anything like that.
Well, and that's why that piece, the MPS and the MAP 2.0, integration, it automates it. And so you're constantly doing it. You can really set it and forget it. It'll run, and it's smart. So it knows who's replied. And if they haven't replied, it gives them a little tickle and says, hey, you haven't replied to this, so we help do that, but it automates it. The templates are there. And when you've identified, so this is what we're talking about now, is separate from transactional feedback, which is that CSAT stuff, right? Where tickets open, ticket work, ticket closed. Now we're talking about, because actually you can have clients that love your help desk to death, but like hate your company. It's the weirdest thing. And so it can actually identify when those types of things happen and let you get ahead of it. But when you identify those promoters, right, and the detractors, you can move to be promoters, and the passives, you move those to be promoters. But by identifying those promoters, you can strike when the timing's right, like they were talking about, because that's huge, right? So when they're super stoked on you and you send out an MPS and they give you a 10, that's the perfect time to ask them for stuff.
Okay, so
It's
that was going to be one of my questions. Yeah, when do you recommend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's perfect. And like you said, the map integrations, I mean, do a lot of this for you. Obviously, the Google review integration, where once they give you the little awesome review, it can let people do it right there. I liked, again, what Lauren, you said about providing people with instructions, because yeah, we do have a couple of those things. And I don't know if, Ryan, you have any experience with that, them not having a Google account or ways around, or if you just teach people like Lauren, what they need to do to tell people to leave reviews for if they don't have that Google account.
Yeah, there's a way you can create like a one link Google My Business link for your business. And so you could put that link in there. And again, we don't want to ask people that are given the sad faces or the neutral faces to do this. It's when you receive positive feedback, 9s or 10s, or the thumbs up, you put that in there. And it's as simple as, you could tell your people, hey, when this happens, ask them to leave us a Google review. Ask them. And you can tell it. They'll do it sometimes, maybe, or they'll start out strong and it kind of peters out. But when you do it every single time and you do it the right way and you make it easy with that one link where they can click that, now you're going to be able to increase those.
Okay. No, that's awesome.
And use it to recognize the guys that provided that awesome service as well. So you get a bonus there.
Well, that's what I was gonna kind of dive into because I know Tammy's newer to this and they're still getting onboarded, but she had such great results with the survey responses. But in talking more with Afton and Lauren, they were talking about other ways that they use this. So I guess kind of going in reverse. Afton, do you want to talk about other things like this? Originally didn't start out as a training around Kruhu. I liked all the reviews that people were getting. Being a marketing guy, testimonials are one of the best kind of weapons you can have in your arsenal. I'm like saying testimonials are an unpaid sales army that you got working for you all the time, and you want to use them everywhere possible. So getting new ones, just like Ryan said, getting those refreshed, having them automatically, getting a couple new ones, even if it's just a couple new ones every month, it looks so much better than the competitor who's had 8 in last 5 years, and the most recent one's 3 years ago. Because I mean, we got people, they went to Rapid 3 years ago, they got Google reviews, never gotten 1 cent then. But Afton, how do you guys also use this? Because there were other ways that you liked just as well.
So some other ways that we use it is just with the team, with the culture. So we have our core values that we are trying to keep alive in the organization. So using the Kruhu, the feedback is a great way to recognize that in the team. So we will, share that in our team's chat, and then we'll do a shout out around a specific core value. So for example, I saw one today. There was a client left specific feedback to a tech. They said, hey, you really dug in and found actually another issue and resolved that as well. So then, we just shared it around one of our core values. Hey, Keegan, you did a great job taking that extra step and showing that core value. So I think it's just a great way to also incorporate the core values within your team and create that community. And that's something that has really, I've seen a significant change just in the team and the camaraderie and the support among all the engineers since doing that. So that's been just really neat to see. And they'll like it, they'll support it, they'll give shout outs to each other as well around that. So that's been really helpful. And it's also something that I'll share when doing interviews and hiring, that's something that we do as part of our culture. And that's something that's very well received as well. And people are impressed by.
I like that. And Lauren, how else do you guys, well, and Afton, you also said you use it for the CSAT, whatever, 96.6, I think was what you had shared with that, like customer satisfaction. And so that's another way. So you said, especially those, whatever, the 3.4% who aren't 100% satisfied right then and there, you reach out to them and take care of any issues.
Yeah, and that's also really important, the timing of it. As soon as something is going wrong, to just immediately jump on it, find out what happened, how can we fix it, or if it was just miscommunication, how can we just clear that up? Because you want to nip it in the bud as soon as it happens and comes up.
And how do you find out about those ones?
So I have it connected with our teams. So I have a specific teams channel. So if there is a negative review that comes in, so we have them, ours are labeled love, okay, and then not so good. So whenever there's a not so good or just okay, then it alerts me through Teams. And so then I'll check it out, see who it was, and then they'll let me know to look into that ticket and see what's going on, let our service manager know to check into that as well.
Okay, and one thing that Afton said that I want to make sure we hit on, because like Robin hits home on this point a lot, like we send out some surveys. We don't do a lot, because one of the things she says is if you send out a survey and you give people the option to be like dissatisfied or like Afton just said, just an okay service, you've got to be on that immediately and get back with them. It's not just, hey, let's collect data and we all like high five, because almost 97% of the time people are loving us here. Those 3% of the time where it's okay or not so good, for hers, you got to jump on those right away and make sure. Otherwise, you've actually done an unwow with them, because they just told you were unhappy, and it's like, oh, that's great, but 97% of people are happy, so we're going to focus on them. No, you really got to focus on those 3% right away with that. So I love it that you guys have that integrated. And is that just did you guys have to do that? Is that a Kruhu integration, or how do you integrate that with Teams?
So it was a setting, and the Kruhu support is really great too, of just helping we set that up. So it was
Okay.
very easy to do through Teams
Okay.
instead of a separate channel.
So this wasn't
Um,
any wizardry you had to figure
No,
out.
very
Okay.
simple.
Okay, cool. No, it's like our members.
We
they're
try
always
to
looking
make
at crazy
it
stuff.
easy, Mike.
Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Okay, and Lauren, I'm sorry, I teased you before, like coming on, and then went back to one other question. I looked down, and so, but how do you guys use it as well? Because you had mentioned a couple other things that you liked and was vital to your. I shouldn't say vital to your company, but I mean, great additions in there. Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. It's similar to Afton. We use it for company morale to encourage the technicians, the engineers to do a good job. We have a weekly company meeting where we go over to see who we call the crew who slayer of the week, or it's actually a monthly competition, but we monitor it weekly.
Okay.
So they'll put the weekly stats up for the guys to see how many points they received and who's on the leaderboard for that month, and they get public recognition throughout the company. And then they also get to choose, once they rack up enough points, there's, the prizes that are all built in, our company prizes that they can choose from. They can also transfer their points to another technician or share points when they are helpful to each other. So it encourages them to work together as a team. The other way we use it is to just really, understand where our customers are at, and if we're receiving those poor responses, we can handle it immediately. As everyone's mentioned before, it's really about the timing and understanding when you need to jump on something to make something better.
Okay. And what do you guys use to be notified? Is it also the Teams? We have chat that's you got other people use Crewho in here, and they're saying Teams integration works great for them.
Yes, we use it through
Okay.
Microsoft Teams channel.
Okay. And how do you guys respond when there is, you might not have the okay and not so good settings? I know you can kind of customize them with that, but how do you guys handle that?
We definitely have our customer service manager reach out right away to see what we can do to change the result to making the customer feel better. If it's something we honestly did wrong or there was an issue, we often will send a gift, chocolates, or a small token of our appreciation or apologies to show that we made a mistake and we'll make it better. Obviously, we correct the problem too technically, but we like to send either a little Amazon gift card or some chocolates over to them to get that warm fuzzy feeling back.
Gotcha. And I'm just looking at chat, and Kevin shared that he said they use an integration with ConnectWise, and for every poor average feedback, they actually get a ticket that goes to their service manager, and they don't close a ticket if it gets that check in there. So they're making sure that that is handled by their service manager right away as well. So Lauren, what's the best prize someone can exchange for points?
I think it's extra paid time off.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, like half day. And I think if they get to like a really sky high amount, they can actually do a whole 8 hours. So that's the popular one.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah. I like that. So these are like real prizes. This isn't like when you go to Chuck E. Cheese and you win like the weird dice or something like that. Get 1,000 points and get a Chuck E. Cheese shot glass. I always thought that was weird at Chuck E. Cheese that you can get shot glasses, but anyways, yeah, Ryan knows. So Tammy, I know again, you said you just completed or you're just finishing up the onboarding. Anything else kind of you had to say or share about the review aspect, the testimonials, how you guys are using it, or what you like?
We use it a couple different ways. I think Crewho is a tool that you can use on multiple levels across your business, because when we get in the feedback, we look at the comments that are written and we kind of compare it to our why choose all access that we created when we went through Rapid. And we just kind of make sure that it still aligns to what we put down as the reasons why you should choose us, like response time, you're patient with us. So, I mean, that's been super awesome to see that, we did select the right verbiage for that page. The second thing is we look at every comment, and if somebody is sending us feedback, we break it down in our morning huddle. So if Johnny said, technician A did an awesome job, but you know, it was 30 minutes before I heard from him. Then we break that down and we go back to the ticket and the text and we kind of work it out to see, you know, can we improve a process somewhere? Can we improve and develop a procedure that might make it better, a better experience for the client next time around? So, you know, we're using Crewwho and it's touching multiple parts of our business. So it's not just the client testimonial piece, but
Yeah. Well, one thing you said that, I mean, really want to focus on is like Robin always says, like when you say the why choose us, or why all access infotech, they're like, you have responsive. Now, every MSP, as we know, they're going to go out and say we're responsive, we do things quickly. So when the Robin's phrase is like anything you say about yourself, it's got to be defensible with that, which means you got to be able to show that you're actually responsive. So one thing can definitely do, and like often with 800 responses, when you make these claims, you could say like, we have over whatever 800 responses just this year that say so. I actually, for us, for marketing, we'll do things all the time where we actually take screenshots of either chats or whatever, put those right in emails as images or put them on web pages, because somehow those people believe more than if you like write up a big long testimonial. So even if they just say a little quick sentence or great service or whatever, something like that, you can take all these little images, compile them and put them in there. So it's like, it's not just us saying it. Here's 200 of our clients like saying this with it. So, and use these on websites. I would use these all the time on social media posts. Love it when we got these. Here's some comments we got just this week. And I would like put that in probably like a weekly post on all your social, like just say that. And to date, we've gotten over whatever, Lauren, we're so happy, 510 awesome reviews just this year. And put those in there, because I think from a marketing standpoint, there's nothing you can say that's more powerful than what others can say about you with that. So Ryan, you had something to add.
Yeah, I've got a little tidbit to share.
Okay,
with
yeah,
everyone.
please do.
I really, I want to take credit for this, but I can't. So I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Neil Jern, he's part of the community as well. I'm sure y'all have heard of him. He uses this in a way that we've never thought of before, but it's like super smart. So he actually uses us in his biz dev process and like his prospecting process. So like you, and it goes along with what you were just saying, Mike. Like if you can show it to him, not just tell him about it, it means so much more. What he does is he pulls up the Crewwho dashboard in his prospecting meeting when he's talking to him and says, we not only care about your customer satisfaction and delivering you the highest quality service possible, but we put our money where our mouth is. This is Crewwho. This is how we direct your feedback, Mr. Customer, directly influences my people, and we recognize and reward them based on your feedback, and here's the platform in which we do that with. That he will tell you straight up. He's like, Ryan, I closed 12 new customers last year doing that.
Okay.
So for what it's worth, a little hint.
Yeah, and it is easy to do, Ryan, because you can actually do your rolling CSAT score, or you can break it down by the month. So the dashboard has a lot of good information in there that you could flip to put in front of your client.
Okay, so I love that. So you're actually pulling it up right then. So before we go on, because I know we're getting to that 45-minute mark. Hopefully you guys are getting some tips and some things out of here. Again, this did not start out as a whole little Crewwho thing until I talked with everyone and they all told me they're using Crewwho. I'm like, well, we might as well get them on. Love Ryan, Steven, he's met him a bunch of times at our shows, longtime supporter, and love it just when our members are having such success with something like this. And I saw it firsthand. We were with Will Nobles in a meeting, and he's got it, and he had Teams open and things kept popping up and people were getting rewards, and then they were all like high-fiving each other, emoji time, all these pictures and GIFs and all that kind of stuff every time they were getting positive feedback. But some people have asked for a demo and stuff, and that's really not what this is about. This is not a Crewwho webinar. Wanted to show you how to do this, but Ryan, is there a place like if for people who do want more information on CrewWho, like what should they do if I'm assuming you guys do demos, you guys have more information for them. Not assuming, obviously, we know you guys do, but what should they do?
Absolutely, Mike. There's lots of different ways. If you're going to be at Producers Club next week, please stop by and see us because we'll be there. My team will be there. We're going to actually be talking some more about some other things there at Producers Club next week. I would invite everybody, to email me personally. I would be happy to field those. It's very easy. It's Ryan Denning, but it's Ryan at crewwho.com. And then of course there's our website. You can go to crewwho.com. There's trials on there, support.
Okay, yeah, Jennifer from your team just sent me, so I posted.
Oh, perfect.
Crewwho.com. It's like /rr-webinar-7-7-trial. That's harder, but
there you go.
In case there's anyone just on the audio, crewwho.com-r, this is going to be terrible. I shouldn't even try this on there. I'll let you tell them where to go. Here, so yeah, this is a longer one, but I know you guys are always at our events. But what was it was Ryan D. just at crewwho.com.
Yeah, I'll put it in the chat for everybody so it's easy. Ryan D at crewwho.com. Feel free, to reach out to me directly. I'll point you in the right direction, answer any questions. You can also send anything to sales@crewwho.com. On our website, there's a trial and a demo request forms and all of that stuff that you can click on. There's plenty of info on there as well.
Okay, perfect. So Afton, Tammy, Lauren, other anything else that you wanted to share? I know it didn't for you guys each sent in like results and all this good stuff. I think I hit on most of your high points, how you're using the testimonials. I like the tips you guys have given. I mean, internally, that's more of the CrewWho thing, but back to the kind of just testimonials and Google reviews, anything else to kind of add on that?
So one thing that we'll do once we get the testimonial, so I'll send a list of questions for them to answer specifically around results, what they like about our services, and then I will actually edit it a little bit and send it back to them, asking them to approve it. So that's just a tip as well when you're doing testimonials, is it's okay to make it a little bit more polished and then get their approval before using it as well.
Yeah, I mean, what you said is important, and we've got tons of trainings for those of you who are clients of TMT. On our dashboard, we've got trainings, and I think Rich Crockett, the mayor, he has about the best way of going about it. So look for one of his, but one of the things we always recommend people do is take what they had, put some context around it, write a headline for it, send it back to them and say like, hey, Afton, I took what you said, I kind of revised it a little bit. Is there anything you wanted to change or add? Is always how we put it in there and advise that it's not like, do you give us approval or like make it some big scary process? It's just, hey, Afton, is there anything you wanted to change or add with this? So you give them the option to do any of that. And then if not, you just kind of move forward with it. Usually people, when we get this, people never say like you rewrote what I said. They're like, no, that sounds a lot better than what I put in there. And I forgot about this and that. And sometimes though, they'll add, oh, I forgot you guys also did this, this, and this for us. So super important step in there. So thanks for bringing that up, Afton. Yeah, you don't have to use it exactly as it comes in. Just do send it to them in case they do want to make any changes or modifications to kind of the edits. Tammy, Lauren?
I would just say we were in the process of trying to find a charity outside of our organization to help support. So we kind of gamified it a little bit with our texts, and for every positive review that came in, we donated $10 to a charity that everybody agreed upon. And so we thought it was going to take us a while when we first put our goal out there, but we get reviews every day from CrewWho. So it's awesome. It's just, you don't have to work hard for it. They come in every day. So, you know, this goal that we had set, we actually hit extremely quickly. So, you know, it was great. We donated 2 ballistic vests for canine units. And it was done through these reviews where we were just taking $10 for each review. And so, yeah, it's been
Yeah, I
awesome.
forgot that you had shared that. And you guys, yeah, you thought it was going to take like months or
Yeah.
something. And then all of a sudden you hit your goal super
Yeah.
quick. And so, yeah, I loved what you did. I mean, there's obviously a million charities and different things you can do, but you guys were raising money for ballistic vests for and that was one of the local departments,
Yeah,
or
we
is
just,
that through a bigger charity or?
everybody seems to always jump on board when it's either animals or children, you know, when you're seeking donations and wanting to give. So most of our employees own pets of some sort. So we've done pets for vets, we've donated to them. And then we just chose this one. I have the police background with my family. So, you know, my mom was a wife employee. So it was easy for the pet portion, and then we just opted to add the canine portion to it as well, and it made sense, and everybody was on board, and the reviews just kept coming in, so it was super easy.
I love it. Yeah, one piece of marketing advice I got years ago, they're like, use your pet in things if it has 4 legs and is furry only. Doesn't have 4 legs, not furry. Don't have your lizard and stuff. Don't have, like, you get all sorts of weird things. People are big into whatever their bird. They're like 4 legs and furry. Kind of a rule with pets for marketing, but no, that's awesome. So you tied in, I'd forgotten about, you mentioned you tied in this whole charity aspect with all your positive reviews. So I think that's awesome. Afton or Lauren, anything you guys have to add?
I would just say that we originally started this tool as an internal tool with our techs. And then once we realized what we were getting, it's like a gold mine for marketing and testimonials. And, you know, it really just a gold mine. So don't forget about those things.
Right. And that's actually, I probably don't listen well enough. I had always known CrewHoof that people used it for that internal and everything. I didn't realize about these reviews and the testimonials and Google reviews and everything, because that's why it came up in the marketing manager meeting. Obviously, we're talking about marketing and not the internal engineers and everything, though that's need to hang on to them more than ever today. So there's something to be said just for that portion, but loved that we're getting all these reviews that we can use in all sorts of different ways. That's why I'm like, can I get, how can I use Crew? I need like tickets or something for our people so we can get this because ours is a manual process getting testimonials. We get a lot of them, but it's very manual. So anyhow, Afton, yeah.
It's a tool where you get immediate results. Honestly, I mean, I know that sounds like an infomercial or whatever on TV, but it honestly is. You just get them instantly.
No, and I get it that, this, I mean, it's funny. Yeah, like Scott put in here. Yeah, it's a commercial for CrewHoo, and that's really what it turned into, because at this meeting, everyone's like, we use CrewHoo. That's the tool we use. So it does turn into a commercial for CrewHoo, but I'm all for promoting things that are helping our members like this, especially around the marketing and getting, 12 clients last year with Neil Jern. I'm going to give at least part of that credit to Bella. She's in the group. She's a terrific marketing mind, and she's our current marketing manager of the year. But no, Neil was one of our Better Your Best finalists past. So, he's just a great guy as well with everything. So anything else to add or that you had, Afton or Ryan? Then I'll let you, if I missed anything or you heard something you thought should expand on.
No, I just, I didn't want to really say anything because I've got these 3 wonderful people here, and you couldn't ask for better. I'm a sales guy, so I can't help myself. I get excited about it, and I'm like, but yeah, you heard it from them. They're the ones that are most important, not anything I said. So
okay, well, perfect. Well, again, we threw in, and maybe I should try and put it again because I'm not even going to try and say this link that the team had sent in. Do you know where this link takes them? It says it was like a special offer or something that you guys had, but I've assumed
Yeah,
people can get.
it's probably the same. Exactly. It's a landing page that we set up for you guys that are on this particular webinar. So if you go there and you fill that out, capture, and we'll reach out to you. And it's the same promo we're running for Producers Club actually next week. So
Okay,
there you go.
so even if you're not a Producers Club member, I think I screen shared, right? I'm terrible at the screen sharing with Zoom
You did.
here. Okay, so now I got a pop up. I like that from a marketing standpoint, Ryan. Like I'm always going with my marketing managers. We go to sites and see, but get your free trial. So this is where you go if you do that, crewwho.com, let's say /RR-webinar-7-7-trial. So, okay, I'm now getting it with the date and all that we are
I
here.
get it. It's July
Okay,
7th.
yeah,
7/7,
I'm a little slow.
midnight.
Like that's what I was
Yeah.
wondering if there was some $7 trial or something like that. But okay, so yeah, you guys set this up for this. And let's see.
Somebody just
Okay,
mentioned to Mike in the chat that you need to change the date on there.
change the date on. Oh,
says-
I see. Okay, yeah, Ryan, you could get
oh,
on your
yeah.
marketing team before
Yeah.
April 30th.
Marketing
so-
team. Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I think their marketing person literally just set this up while we were on here with me asking. So I'm sure they're in the process of updating this here. So let's see. Got that in
See how
there.
long it takes to change it. I bet it happens like pretty fast.
Okay. Should I just keep refreshing until we have it? Okay. And we got a couple questions. People ask for a recording. Anyone who's signed up, I will send a link. It'll probably be, well, definitely be tomorrow once we get a page up with the recording of this there. So with that, I'll let people go, but I want to thank everybody, Afton, Lauren, Tammy, and Ryan for being on here. Just thought it was a cool opportunity. Like people are getting real results. Like it's definitely a bonus that, I mean, CrewWho's a great partner of ours, but that's how a lot of our members, that's one of the things about coming to these events is you get to meet partners. We don't let just anyone in. If our people are getting bad results from a place, they don't get to come to our events, but we love to also support our partners who they are getting our clients great results. So love that. And Stephen's been on our stage and at events a bunch of times as well. So Ryan, we will see you next week and we'll go from there. So thank you, everybody.
Looking forward
Oh, yeah.
to it. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye, guys.
Take care. Thank you.